from the break from last week. There's still few chapters, no pages, still foreshadowing an inevitable despair in future, perhaps. The angry anime fan here to bring you a summary of Boku no Hero Academia 203 of a father trying to be redeemed, trying to redeem himself, and many things more. It's actually I don't mind these clear moments that the arrogant endeavor sincerely wants to redeem himself. I can understand though why we didn't like that. I mean, I didn't like him for the longest time, and I technically do not still like him. But at least he's genuine about wanting to change. And Fuyumi even gave him Shoto's number. Hmm. That But Shoto, of course, do not, mm, of course, do not really look at his messages. He's still conflicted. He still is, but the only way to truly let out his feelings is not to stop running from it, but to just tell him how much he hates him and what he has done. Either way, on to the match of it all. Class A uh, heads towards Class B, while we finally see some skills of Juzo, the guy with the flexible things, who is saying that he is immediately analyzing the situation, saying that they plan on using Shoujo to grasp the situation and then have Shoto attack from the shafts. If Linus, then that would mean either way, Shoto fires immediately a powerful ice blast. It's actually almost too powerful. But of course, that is not enough to destroy it all, as Tetsuya keep on showing his enthusiasm. Honestly, his enthusiasm is pissing me off a lot right now. He's very much a more stereotypical dumb hero. I mean, he is definitely pointing that out. But he's a more dumb hero than Eijiro Kirishima so far. I mean, Kirishima is a hot blooded guy, but he also carries a very low self esteem inside of himself. Is it possible that Tetsu is also doing that? Either way, we finally see the power of Yoso Honeki, who, by the way, his hero name is Mud Man. Okay, I did not expect that. Either way, I was wondering what his softening was. Part of me thought that it was going to be that he could soften his body so he could become completely agile. But no, unfortunately, that's not it. Although there is one guy in this team that has a very similar like power. Well, not exactly similar like power, but we'll get to that soon. No, the power of softening is an ability to soften anything he touches, and it can be undone when he does it again. Basically, it's perfect to trap people by softening the ground, make them sink into it, and then harden it again. Perfect for trapping people, as well as manipulating things that are inorganic that attacks you, such as weapons and ice and many things more. But it does not work on living people. And then we see, uh, and we're also seeing a picture of saying that he was, he also was a Class B recommended student. I actually talked about that a long time ago. The fact that that Class B had a recommended student who is Yoso. But the thing is about this chapter seems to include that he was one of Class B's recommended students. I think someone once wrote to me and said that there was another recommended student. I didn't answer that comment because I wasn't so sure myself. Because I thought Inasa was the recommended student. I mean, he chose not to pursue, what, but I thought he was the recommended student, but I guess not. Then who is the final recommended B student, or have we already seen that one? Was it the Beast Man, or is it Momoto? I mean, if it's Momoto, then that just further proves him to be the mole. Either way, Yosu is very good at reading the flow because he could soften things here and there, even when he wasn't sure. And then Senkaibara attacks Ojiro with his quirk, which is revealed to be Revolution. Pretty strange name for something that allows him to just rotate part of his body like a drill. And that's what I meant when I say that twisting his body. Either way, uh, then they trap Ida in the soft thing as he gets into it, and we finally see Pony's power that attacks Shoji. But I have to say, her powers was a little bit underwhelming, really. It doesn't really look that cool. I mean, it's still not exactly explained why she looks like a horse or if she has a horse like power. I mean, Suyo had frogs, so she had everything a frog could do. I kind of wish Pony had everything a horse could do, but no, her quirk is horn cannon, and that's basically just what it is. She can send her horns flying, and currently she can control up to four horns that are sent flying. And she's saying something like keratin care is a must. What does that mean? That she has to polish her horns? Um, because she appears to fire them and she appears to be able to control them as well. So it's basically just what it is, a horn cannon. Then why is she looking like a horse? She appears to have horse like abilities as well. Either way, it seems like the teams are in trouble as Tetsu Tetsu's real steel attacks Shoto. Uh, and he's being pretty hot blooded of it all in all this situation. Um, so either way, it seems that Class A is currently at a disadvantage of this all. However, as Yuzo turned to Idea and saying that your receptor have a time limit, he has to back up Tetsu Tetsu. Idea confirms that he no longer have a time limit because after all he has trained for. So he shows his new style, the Repro Turbo, and intends to fully break out of the prison he is in. Will the counterattack begin now? I have no idea. Either way, this is a chapter that just demonstrates the quirks of Class B, but it appears we only got Yuzo's um, hero name, Mudman, given to the fact that it can soften everything, that it even becomes like quicksand. I guess that name makes sense. But Revolution, a quirk that allows him to spin his body. I mean, he looked like a very generic guy, but that quirk is actually pretty useful. Think about it. A quirk that allows you to turn yourself almost like a drill can become really powerful. And he's facing off against the real hand-to-hand combat that is Ojiro, Tailman. However, it's Pony's quirk I'm more disappointed in. It's basically just a horn cannon. Maybe it's cool, but I really wish she could be more in the story. I like her. So I hope we'll see their hero names soon. But I still cannot get it out of my hand that revolution doesn't really sound like something that is connected to a drill. Or is that meant to be a pun on Guren Lagan? You know, revolution and all that stuff. Hmm. Who cares? Who knows? Either way, Ida also seems to have leveled up, and Shoto is avoiding his father. But even though Endeavor tries to make a better father, he is still pretty much upset that Shoto will not talk to him. Well, of course he won't talk to him. He's just that emotionally scarred. But I do think that father and son need to have a talk. Even if Shoto will shout insults on how much he hates him and all that stuff, it's clear they need to talk. And Fuyumi understands that too, also. I mean, she gave Endeavor Shoto's contact numbers. Even though I'm pretty sure Shoto is not gonna appreciate that. Because she's the only one trying to make the family whole again. So give me your thoughts, if you have any.